Hey everybody, Joe Bernstein here for Drop the Armor Coaching. I want to talk to you about how to resolve conflict. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share from some work I'm doing with a client. I have a client who his significant other has triggered him a lot recently. They got into a little bit of an argument, a little bit of spat, and he was stuck in this mode of judging her and being frustrated by her and focusing on the conflict, and starting to think that maybe she's not the right person for him. So, all of those thoughts, all those feelings, they're valid. They totally make sense. And they may even be true. We sometimes need to judge people. We sometimes need to be critical of people to keep ourselves safe and to keep ourselves in alignment with our own values. But that's exactly what I want to talk about to you today is values. When you're triggered by someone, when you're in conflict, when you're having an argument, when you're judging them negatively, when you're criticizing others or even yourself, the reason is because that person is showing up with behaviors that violate your values. That is the bottom line. Underneath everything, you have values, and these values create a belief system about the world. They create rules about the world. They create ways of seeing the world. They create ways of behavior, aspirational and real behavior for you. And when someone's upsetting you, they have done something or shown up in a way that's violating your values. You're frustrated, especially if you're in a relationship with them in a close way, because now this person is showing up and showing their true colors, as you might think they are, without the same values that you hold dear. Or they're not acknowledging your values and what's important to you. So the problem for many of us is we don't filter conflict this way. We don't filter challenge this way. We're not thinking about my values. But I want to teach you a tool right now to create ease in conflict, to create a growth in conflict, to create moving together and moving forward in relationship when you have conflict and judgment. So the tool right now is to identify your values. Most of us haven't done this. Identify the core 6 values that are most important to you and start to look at how you live your life in alignment and out of alignment with those values. Start to look at the people around you and how many of them are in alignment with the values. How many of the values are they in alignment? From a day-to-day basis, which values do you want to focus on, etc. Create values as a foundation for your personal growth, for your relationships, for your career, for your whole way of being. They are like the stars in the sky that are guiding us along a journey. We have all these great tools and gadgets to live our life with right now, but without values, it's kind of like navigating the ocean with a compass and you can't see the stars above you. It's very hard to do. Now the tool is, once you identify your values, when you're in conflict with someone, take a pause, take a breath, walk away. When you have an opportunity, ask, what value is this violating? What value is this person showing up with that's out of alignment? Or in response to this person's reaction or in response to this person's way of being or behavior, what of my own values am I violating just to be in relationship with them and to keep things on an even keel with them? You will know right then and there what's really bothering you, what's really triggering you, what's really upsetting you. And with some work on empowering language and nonviolent communication, on finite interpersonal communication, you're then going to be able to reapproach the conversation with them and deepen your connection, deepen your intimacy, deepen your love or your partnership if it's professional by explaining, hey, you know what? When we got in that little argument the other night, it was about what we were going to watch. It was about the fact that you always pick what we watch, and I never get a chance to, etc. But at the end of the day, it was really about my value of X. It was really about my value of responsibility, of my value of respect, my value of growth, my value of mindfulness, my value of service, my value of intimacy, whatever it is. When you can speak that kind of language and share with people what value is being violated in your conflict, you can then have a mature, balanced, thoughtful conversation to bring you closer and to not only end conflict, but to have better understanding of each other for the future so you don't create future conflict around the same old snag. So that's what I got for you today. Whenever you're in conflict, look at the value underneath the surface for you. And if you want to get Jedi with it, start figuring out what's the value that's being violated for the other person, That's how we end conflict, and that's how we move closer when we're in conflict or judgment. That's what I got for you today. If you dig this and you want to learn more about how to work with conflict and stress and negative thinking and being stuck in patterns, or if I'm a wellness guy and an eating psychology guy, so if you want to work on your challenges with food, body, and weight, or your relationship to food, body, and weight, go ahead and personal message me, email me, put a comment below, hit me up. We'll talk, we'll connect, and if you dig this video, if you got something from it, hit the share button. Peace. I'm out. Bye.